Okay, guys. Here's the blue, white, red dragon deck that we are running today. It's based off of one of our other members.
Hang on. I believe you actually want to start off with hello.
My name is Andre.
My name is Andre.
Andre here or something.
You don't say okay guys.
So hey, guys.
You say okay guys. So here's the deck. No, that's not. Sorry.
Introduce yourself, introduce the deck, and then go into details.
I know it's a pain, but do it. You have 5 minutes. 5 minutes of fame. Go.
We can edit this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
can cut it out.
Hey, guys. It's Andre here. I'm doing a deck tech on the blue, white, red dragon deck we played earlier today. So it was originally a list that was sent in to us by another member of ours from Windsor named Alfonso.
Team GTA!
Yes, you may know him from as Fonzie. So let's start off from the beginning. We have 2 jump jets at 1. It's really good. It's got a few combo plays with the Herald of Infernus, or dropping down Lyra on turn 5 while you have a bird, and then just swinging into whatever Lyra tapped. Our turn 2s are Luxes, just to help out with the curve on the dragons, bring down the casting cost. 3 Aqua Striders and 2 Raincloud Krakens to deal with the early game aggression. We have 3 Nyx, similar purpose as the Lux, except it's also a draw engine. Every time you cast a dragon, you get to draw a card. Then for our 4s, we have 2 Piercing Judgments, 2 Crystal Memories, and 2 Psychic Predators. Piercing Judgment is still an amazing shield blast, which is one reason why it's here, and it also combos with the Herald, as it's a 4-drop, so I can drop Herald turn 4 while I have a bird, and then go right afterwards the turn with the Piercing and get in there with the Infernus. Crystal Memories here because there's a lot of pieces you need to get, whether it's the Herald of Infernus, the Evolutions, the Lyra, or whatever along those lines. The Psychic Predator is just there as a kind of like a defensive play. They go too far in aggression in one way, or they do something you don't want them to do. You're going to drop down Rusalka just to try and throw a stick in the road. They slow them down. That way you can then curve out and then stabilize with the dragons. Bottle Wishes is, well, it's just kind of the reason why the deck was so good back when it started. So, Ball of Wishes is just Ball of Wishes. You gotta always spin the bottle. Herald of Infernus is one of the key cards for this deck. When he wins combat, in any way, you cast a dragon for free. So one thing you would do is, say you have him, you cast him, say turn 5 on curve, while you have a bird, so you're only using 4 mana, dropping down jump jets on him. He then attacks right away into one of your opponent's guys, and you go, bam, I drop Infernus, or bam, I drop Lyra, or not Lyra, Andromeda, or even Lyra, actually. The next one on the curve is Kalorth. Kalorth is insane in this deck. He's a dragon, so the Nyx and the Lux reduce the casting cost, so you can go turn 2 Lux, or turn 2 anything, turn 3 Nyx, and then go turn 4 Kalorth. If you have the Strider, boom, Strider becomes Kalorth on turn 4, and you get a draw from Nyx. Or you turn Nyx into Kalorth, and when he dies, you get back the Nyx. He's been way too good. Way too good. But I wouldn't put him over 2. He's fine as a 2-of, just because there's not too many blue creatures in the low drops. Storm Sparks in here, just basic defensive shield blast. Also, as I said, it's important to get the Herald attack in. So you can Storm Spark on turn 6 after you've cast the Herald and still combo it with the dragons. I would probably increase this to 2. Probably going to cut the Fin Bars. The Fin Bars are good. They're very good tempo play. If you cast it on curve, it's pretty good, especially if you have the early game birds. But there were way too many situations where I didn't need to cast him, or I didn't need him. I needed some kind of other play, and I had him in hand, or I topped into him. He was not good enough on his own for me to say that I'd have to play him in this deck. Lyra's the next card. Absolutely amazing. So sad this thing's rotated out. It's a double breaker, 6-drop, dragon, and it taps a guy and your opponent can't untap them whatsoever on their next turn. Well, unless, of course, they have an ability or something that untaps it, but at the start of their turn, they don't untap it. It's really good just because similar thing as the Storm Spark. You cast it right after Herald. Herald runs it over. Boom, dragon. Kindrix is next on the list. It's a card that Fonzo was very fond of, that we questioned him a little bit on. But with Calorth in the deck, it boosts the amount of dragons you can cast early enough to evolve onto it. Also, the fact that it's an evolution means that if it goes, Calorth is going to put it back into your hand, which means you then get the dragon underneath it and it back, so you can re-trigger and just go off. Arbiter was amazing. The fact that it can tap down creatures similar to the Stormspark, but the fact it had a body was the reason why I think it was the best defensive Shield Blast in the deck. There were too many games where it would come out on top, but against Haven, which it did not, which is why I want to put the second Stormspark in there in addition. The last are the big dragons, which are 3 Andromeda. Andromeda's Andromeda. No explanation. And then Infernus, which is by far my favorite card in the game. He kills a guy when he enters play that's 4,000 or less, and then his decree says your opponent cannot play anything 4,000 or less unless it puts into play. They can't cast it at all, which is huge. You drop him down, and I won too many matches against Rush just locking them out with this card. So, all in all, the only changes I would do is drop the Finbars, probably put in a second Stormspark, and I think I would actually maybe go up to 41 or 42 cards and increase the red mana just so I can curve out into things and maybe put in one more big dragon. If you guys have any suggestions or any thoughts of what big dragon I should play or what one you want to see me to play, put it in. Leave it in the comments below. Also, if you guys subscribe and leave comments down below, you'll be able to get more info about what's coming up in the sets, what we're doing for deck testing, and everything along those lines. So please drop us a line.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.